just call it a celebration of the best from the 2021-2022 sports season. Welcome to a special SportsWire Season of Champions. I'm Will Catterley. You know, every year has its remarkable moments in athletics from schools throughout Henrico County, but last year may go down as one of the greatest ever. From fall through spring, we had 10 state team champions, and that doesn't count all the individual titles. Even more amazing were the storylines and historic significance of so many. Let's start where it all started. Back in the fall, Marcus Lewis had ushered in a new era as the new head football coach of Varina. And while talented, the Blue Devils had some new faces as well, including Patrick Henry transfer quarterback Miles Derricott. While the Blue Devils were loaded, nobody really had Varina as the clear favorite to win a state championship. After all, despite the history and pedigree of the program, Varina had never won a state title in football in school history. That goes back to when the campus opened back in 1963. Lewis himself nearly won the state championship as a player back in the 90s. Little did he know he'd return to lead his kids and share in state championship glory as a coach in 2021. The road was a tough one, a loss to a great Patrick Henry team, a victory over rival Highland Springs, an overtime win in the opening round of the postseason, and payback in the final seconds against Patrick Henry. It all led to the penultimate game, the championship against Broad Run at Liberty University.
So to Liberty University we go, the state championship finals. It's Broad Run, the Spartans from Northern Virginia taking on the Varina Blue Devils. First time back in the state championship since 1999. Never won one. Would today be the day? Early on, Varina, a little razzle-dazzle. They fooled me and the Broad Run defense. The end around, not the reverse. Broad Run came into this game only allowing an average of 70 yards per rush. But Varina got to him on the edges with speed, and their ground game was a pound. And still first drive, it was a long one. Again, attacking the edges, number 3 on the carry, Tamon Brown. And that's a first down deep into Broad Run territory would lead to this. The Ant-Man delivers. Anthony Fisher runs it in for the touchdown, 7-0 Varina, and they made it look easy, albeit on a long time-consuming drive. Fisher, the 1-yard run, 7-0 Blue Devils defense. They came to play. You better believe it. Broad Run trying to get out on the edge. On the flare pattern there, not happening. Kavion Keys, Amari Baylor in on the stop, and then they did a great job stopping this guy. Great quarterback, Wake Forest commit. He gets sacked, wrestled to the ground. Brent Griffiths. So Brett gets nailed. Second quarter, still 7-0. Third down. Fumble, 3rd and goal into the end zone. Recovered by Varina. That should be a touchback. It is. And too bad they don't have the red flag for challenge replay in New York, because that would have been a fumble. Instead, they said he was down by contact first. So what does Varina do? Just like they did last week, a week ago, making a big key stop on 4th and goal. They do it again. If this team wins the state championship, spoiler alert, they will be remembered for defense just as much as their offensive prowess. In this guy, Miles Derricott, running right. Second quarter action still going. Nice gain there. They gashed Broad Run on the ground, and they did it in a variety of ways. Here's another one. Number 24, Curtis Green, big-time yards deep into Broad Run territory, and Varina took advantage of every time they were in the red zone. Maybe the play of the game right here. Talking to Derricott, Miles Derricott, after the game, he said he called this play, told his coach to run it. They did. The pitch to Anthony Fisher, 20-yard pass back to the quarterback, Miles Derricott, touchdown Varina. 14-7 at the half. Varina dominated the first half, but Broad Run had all the momentum. Third quarter, Varina took the momentum right back. Long touchdown pass, Kavion Keys, 63 yards later from Miles Derricott. All of a sudden, it is 21-7 Varina. And yeah, the fans that came all the way down to Lynchburg, Liberty University, they get in on the action too. Huge play by the Blue Devils. They didn't throw the ball much. They threw it less than 10 times in this game. When they did, they were effective. And then they were also effective again. The defensive line and the linebackers crushing down, not allowing that quarterback Griffiths to run. and they get the stop. Back on offense. Again, attacking that edge. Speed sometimes can beat power. It did on this day. Number 10 with the run, Jordan Edwards. And then Derricott. All season he's been asked and called upon to make big plays with his legs. Most of the time he's delivered, and he did again here. Nice long run for a first down would lead to this. This guy always delivers when he's running the football. Anthony Fisher, everything inside the 5-yard line. He's like, I was that close to scoring a touchdown. Don't worry, Ant-Man. You got more highlights coming. And you're going to hand the football off right here and get the 7 anyway. Varina, largest lead of the game. Number 21, Josiah Minor. And that was not a Minor touchdown. Short touchdown plunge. All of a sudden, 28-7. Broad Run would eventually get the ball back, but they had to use all their timeouts with less than a minute 30 to go. And then the Varina defense goes back to eat. Number 9 on the sack there, and then no choice but to go long distance. And guess who's there waiting? Anthony Fisher, the pick. Anthony Fisher. And the 2021 Varina Blue Devils are going to do something they've never done in school history. What's that? Win a state championship in football. And congrats to the head coach, Marcus Lewis. He couldn't do it as a player in 1999, but he's doing it as a head coach in 2021. Getting the hardware, the players getting the ribbons, and it is all celebration time for Varina. 28-21, they win it.
I feel amazing. I mean, we've been waiting so long, man. Why not me, man? Why not this team? I mean, we've been fighting long for since '99, man. All these great teams that came through Varina, man. And everybody doubted us all year, man. These kids just kept fighting. Coach staff kept fighting. I'm just so proud right now, man.
I can't complain. Coach talk about being Varina guys, being the first people to do something in the world in our school history, and it feels great.
And the rain that started falling post-game not about to dampen the spirit of the Blue Devils. Varina, your 2021 state football champions. For the first time ever, the Blue Devils hoist the state championship trophy. Congratulations to Varina.
Little did we know that the special year for Varina athletics was just beginning. While teachers, administrators, and dignitaries all celebrated Varina's amazing accomplishment on the gridiron, the boys' basketball team was gearing up for an amazing season of their own. Led by stars Alfonso Billups and Christian Carden, the Blue Devils were already on the map as one of the favorites to get to states and make a run at a state championship of their own. But what also made this team impressive was the number of big-time contributors fresh off their own state title in football. Guys like Amari Baylor, Anthony Fisher, and Miles Derricott had already won one state championship on the gridiron and were more than ready to add a second in basketball. 2 rings before spring had a nice ring to it. Ironically, their one loss was to rival Highland Springs just before the postseason began. After tasting defeat, Varina didn't want to endure that again and began a dominating run, culminating in the state title game at the Siegel Center against Loudoun County. The Blue Devils put on a show.
Third quarter, though, was the money quarter for the blue and gold. Inside, Kennard Weiss connects for 2. He was strong this one, 9 points. Moving the ball around. 3 ball, got it to go. Christian Carden delivers from outside. Varina would go on a 19-2 run in the third quarter, as that is nothing but nylon for Mr. Fats Billups. Alfonso doing the honors, and then Christian Carden going to go coast to coast, avoids the defender. Varina showing their will at this point, imposing it, I should say. And then again, not to be a broken record, but offensive rebounds. I mean, Loudoun County needed to win that battle to make this a battle. Amari Baylor said, that ain't happening. Baylor, strong evening, like I said earlier. And then how about this? Highlight show, Dunk-a-Doodle Dandy, the alley-oopski, and Varina, and the fans loving it, seeing it coming. They know it's a formality at this point. Blue Devils on the move, looking to take home the hardware. Number 5 gets in on the action, Anthony Fisher, also a football star. 43-21, we go to the 4th. More Blue Devils, more of this. Oh, Alfonso Billups, throw it down, big fella. He led the way in points for Varina with 18. Weiss, pull-up J, got it, money. Varina as a team doing what Varina has done all season long. Loudoun County did not have enough firepower to match it, and the Blue Devils' dream has come to fruition and has come to reality. A state title in football and now one in basketball. The Blue Devils, your Class 4 state champions. They beat Loudoun County 61-35, the final.
I think the kids did an awesome job. Second half, they really locked in. We gave up 2 points in the third quarter, which is exceptional. I mean, 17-2 running the third.
Yeah, I definitely just let the game come to me. Game came in kind of slow today, so I just let it came to me and did what I had to do to get the win.
For us at Varina, most of the guys that coach at Varina either went to Varina or went to a neighboring school. I mean, I went to Highland Springs, so I went to the rival school. And, you know, the love wasn't any different. You know, I know it's Springer versus Blue Devil, but, I mean, hey, we all still share the same esteem.
In the end, Varina had achieved something that no other school in the 804 ever has. That's win a state championship in both football and boys basketball in the same school year. And they weren't the only ones to hoist the ultimate hardware in hoops. Their East End rivals turned buddies would do the same. How Highland Springs turned it around to take home a state title themselves. That's next.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to SportsWire, a season of champions. While the Siegel Center would pack the house with blue and gold in anticipation of a Varina State basketball championship, others were dressed in black and gold, as Highland Springs represented Henrico County and the East End. Before the season started, Varina was reclassified to Class 4 while Highland Springs stayed at 5. What that meant was that each school could win their own state championship. Now, the Springers came into the season with a very solid team, but they didn't have the expectations or the glitz and glam of a Varina. Overshadowed but undeterred, Highland Springs only lost 4 games all season and were the only team to beat Varina as the regular season would come to a close. Ironically, Varina became some of the Springers' biggest fans. You could often see hashtag East End versus everyone on social media. The Springers, who lost February 4th to Henrico, would never lose again, and it took grit and tenacity to make sure that they didn't. Just like the Blue Devils, Highland Springs had plenty of football stars as key contributors, including Quanye Vini, Latrell Sutton, and Christian Martin, just to name a few. All would come up huge in an absolute thriller of a final against Maury.
Highland Springs had a 3-point lead at the break. Third quarter. Springers looking to add on, they would. High jumper, well done. Well defended, better offense. Davis, again, 2 of his 16. Davis and Cole combined for 46, but Maury started getting their offensive rebounds going. Number 32, Kyer Pendleton for 2. But watch what happens. In the break, Highland Springs saying, we're not letting your defense get set. It is Coles again for 3. Springers on the move once again. Coles, deep, got it. Denzel Coles, money. Again, 30 points on the night, and plenty of rebounds to go with that. Maury, however, getting it going, and Adrian Newton had a huge game, 18 points himself. Maury would have a 2-point lead after 3, and in the fourth quarter, Maury would grab their largest lead of the game. That's right, Newton, big, scoring down low. Newton, the floater, no. Offensive rebound. Looks like Maury is taking the willpower over Highland Springs. More from the Commodores. This doesn't feel like the Springers' night anymore. Maury up 7 late with the 2 from Brian Alexander. Springers need a big play in a big way, and they need it in a hurry, and they get it. It is Sutton who comes off the bench after facing 4 fouls, 2-point play, and then 3-point play the old-fashioned way. He can the free throw. Later, Springers still down. Christian Martin. Big plays late. K-Mark, quarterback for Highland Springs in football. Big plays late in basketball. More Highland Springs still down in this one. That would get them within 3. That 2 for Denzel Coles. But watch out. Maury up 1. Just under a minute to go. Now they're up 3. Springers got to hurry. 30 seconds to go. Vini, what are you going to do? Vini to the corner. He finds Dorian Davis. 3-ball ties it up. We're all knotted up. Tied. All of a sudden, the Springers looked like they were left to dead. Late in the 4th. Last chance. Maury. Rebound. No. The putback. No good. Fell on the rebound. Christian Martin with 7 seconds to go. 62-62. Martin to the free throw line. Needs hit 1. Bank is open. Got it. Springers up 1. Here comes the second. Off the back iron. Tipped around. Maury's got it. One last chance for 3. No. Rebound. No. Springers survive. Springers win it. Springers take home the championship. 63-62. Christian Martin makes the play. An unbelievable finish. They look dead to rights, but they hoist the hardware and they earn the state championship.
It's just one of those nights and one of those things. I believe we're a team of destiny. We're a prayerful team, and we kind of carry it that way. We just rely on our faith to really prevail in a lot of games. But this has definitely been one of the toughest opponents we've had all year defensively.
Me and Christian played had a big aspect on this team, being that we just came in. We just made the best of it. Being that we football players, we just came into basketball happy, joyful. Just being able to team bond with each other made us happy.
Falling back to the fall, the Glen Allen Jaguars boys volleyball team had been so close for seemingly so long, but they just couldn't get over the hump of Deep Run. Sure, the Jags did beat the Wildcats a couple of times for the regional title, but it was Deep Run who kept winning the ultimate prize. In 2021, the Jags finally had enough. In fact, Glen Allen beat Deep Run 4 times last year, including once in the state semifinals. That set up a chance to win their first ever state championship in guys volleyball, if they could beat Frank Cox.
So a perfect 23-0 season and a state championship on the line for Glen Allen at the Siegel Center. Then Hurley on the serve. Great dig right there, and then slamming it down. Big-time plays were made when they were needed by Trevor Foy. He was huge in this one. 25-22, Glen Allen takes the first set. First 1-3 wins. More from Trevor Foy. Not going to get to that one. He kind of shaved the beard in this one. I don't know why. He had things going. Then, number 15, Dominic Wheaton. He gets the answer. And Glen Allen fans love this because they win the second set 25-22. Again, one set away from their first ever state championship. But the point is still to be had. And Glen Allen would get a block of their own. I'll see your block. I'll raise you one better. Trevor Foy and company smelling it. Onuskinich with the serve. That's going to work. Jags getting it done and looking like they're on a mission. This is simply business. Onuskinich on the serve again. Jags can't quite get that one. My goodness. Hurley and company would keep them on their toes, but too much Glen Allen. Later, the Jags. Yeah, that'll work. Number 8, Edwin Barrick. One of the stars on this team, also has a heck of a serve. Hurley looking for answers for Cox. Not gonna get it there! And it's game, set, match, point. Trevor Foy and Glen Allen, after 4 times, The fourth time is a charm. And the Jags, after going to the state championship 4 years in a row, 3 years in a row being turned away, their head coach and team get to hoist the ultimate hardware for the first time in school history. Your final, Glen Allen wins 3-1 and a very jubilant postgame.
Super high. I just can't even believe I'm so happy for the guys pushing through this. Their goal all year. They knew what they wanted. We've obviously been here the last few years, and this group is just different. They were ready to push through, and I couldn't be more proud of them. So, it wasn't really on their mind. They knew this was a different team, a different year, and that's the way they treated it. So they knew their goal the entire year, and at no point did they doubt themselves.
But we knew the goal wasn't to just beat Deep Run this year, which we did, which we succeeded on. Sorry. We just knew we had to do it, and although it was this team, this 2021 Glen Allen team, this state championship for our team, like Coach Hoy said, it's for all the guys.
Glen Allen went undefeated last season. In fact, the Jaguars only lost 2 sets all year, one to Maggie Walker in the regular season and the other to Frank Cox in the finals. Meanwhile, the Jags' impressive fall sports resume included cross country. Glen Allen didn't always have the top runner, but they no doubt had the best team. Get this, the Jags boys cross country team never lost a traditional 5K race all year. That spilled over into states where they won it all. The Jags, just like their boys volleyball counterparts, were so close the year before finishing second, but in 2021, they were your state champs. On the ladies' side, Deep Run was on the winning side of history as well. Sydney Walters led the way for the Deep Run Wildcats, finishing in 6th. 4 of the top 25 runners were Deep Run runners. The Wildcats' Jerry Simon went unbeaten in wrestling, taking the state championship. Simon won his weight class of 120, winning by major decision 10-0. Simon was undefeated on the year. And Zoe Dixon was a champion in the pool for Mills Godwin. The soon-to-be Florida Gator broke her own record, winning the 200 state IM as well as the 100 backstroke. She also helped Godwin take regionals along the way. Well, we spring forward when we return. Freeman tries to do something on the baseball diamond they've never done before, but to do that, they'll have to take down Glen Allen. Plus, the Mavs girls lacrosse team look for back-to-back state titles. That and more, straight ahead.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
Welcome back to SportsWire, a season of champions. The year was 1954. That's when Douglas Freeman High School was built. For decades, Freeman had tremendous baseball teams and many times came oh so close to winning a state championship. But it never happened. Not until 2022. This group of Mavericks raised eyebrows in their first game of the season, beating powerhouse Glen Allen. Ironically, it would be an all-Henrico final for the state title in a rematch with the Jaguars. Glen Allen beat Freeman in the regional championship and once before in the regular season after their opening loss. So everyone knew that this game could go either way. For Coach Ray Moore, this was also a family affair, as former head coach and father Ken Moore had been looking forward to the completion of this journey for a long time. And it didn't hurt to have a dominant pitcher on the mound in Jackson Beal.
To the winner go the spoils. Glen Allen Freeman, Game 4 for the state championship. Ethan Hudson on the mound. First inning was the biggest of this ball game. Sometimes just don't have it. Hudson not being able to find it there. A base hit for the Mavs. Number 3, Carson Herod got it going. And then baseball's a funny sport. You know, it all depends on what you do. He gets a strikeout there with 2 outs is what I mean to say. So he gets an out, gets a walk, then Hudson comes right back. Nice cheddar. Gets number 15, Colin Estrada, to strike out. So 2 outs, but Freeman unloads. That ball's hit high and deep to right, and it will go off the wall. Lee Sowers One run scores. Here comes another. He'll score. And Sowers delivers. Sour move for Glen Allen. It's a 2-run, 2-out single. Still in the first. That ball is eaten up at short. Karams away. That's good for an RBI base knock. And now it's 3-0 Mavs after just a half inning of play. This would be huge. Jackson Beal on the mound. Glen Allen in their half of the first coming right back. Base hit right there. Then that shot will work. That dog will hunt. Cameron Slough lays into one. First and third for the Jags. But Beal was excellent. You know, that's weird. Chris Johnson called for time, didn't get it. It's ball 4. So just like Freeman, Glen Allen has the bases loaded. But in baseball, it's what you do with 2 outs. And this would be crazy. The ball is a pass ball, but it's thrown back to Beal. And he's called out at the plate on a really close play for out number 2. And then fly ball, hit well. Kinsler cannot quite get all of it. Freeman escapes. They scored 3 with the bases loaded in the first. Glen Allen did not. 1 out. What does Freeman do? They get the ground ball. Double play to end the threat. And the Mavs get out of trouble in the first, and they get out of trouble in the 6th. Freeman looking to add on into the 7th, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Number 42, connecting. Base hit by Jonah Herbert. That's good. And it is an RBI, 4-0 to the 7th. So, last chance, Glen Allen. Strike 3, swing and a miss. And the Mavs, for the first time in school history, a school that started in 1954, they have won the state baseball tournament. They are state champs. Hats off to both teams. Glen Allen, phenomenal season. This game could have gone either way, but on this particular day, Freeman had their number. The Mavs hoist the state championship trophy and a celebration that their school has never seen in baseball. They are your state champions. Freeman 4, Glen Allen nothing. And there's plenty of emotion post-game.
It's indescribable. You know, we've been very close sometimes in the past, and we've always been pretty good. But to get to the top of the hill is a special feeling. I didn't know how it would feel, but it's special. We talked a little bit about how we've been close in the past, and we've never done it since 1954. And it's the first time, and it's a sweet feeling.
And congratulations to Freeman and the Moore family. And yes, Ken Moore gets to hoist the hardware as well and be a part of a special picture that he'll remember forever.
Just moments after Freeman had won the baseball state title, the entire team went up to support their girls' lacrosse team. Unlike baseball, lacrosse did not have deep-rooted traditions here in Henrico. Compared to other areas of the country, and most importantly the state, lacrosse was less than 20 years old, at least as a VHSL sport. But the Mavs finally broke through last year, delivering not only their first girls lacrosse state championship in school history, but also the first lacrosse state title of any kind here in Henrico. Now they look to go back-to-back. It was a close game going into the second half against the host opponent Riverside, but Freeman then looked to pull away.
And we join the action second half. Yeah, Freeman baseball just won. They came over to cheer on their ladies in lacrosse. It was 8-5 early second half. Make it 9-5. She shoots, she scores. Claire D'Souza, the senior, putting Freeman on their back. They would have a 9-5 lead. Riverside too good, though, to not come right back. They had the lead early in this game in the first half, but Freeman came back to take it before the half. And now it's Riverside on the comeback trail. She shoots, she scores. Number 25 puts a biscuit in the basket. It's 9-6 with 22-22 to go in the second. But this game was not just about offense. It was about defense. And Freeman played tremendous D. You see the steal there on the ground ball. And then back, you know they can score, especially Bridget Wilson. And they harassed Wilson all afternoon, but she had answers, like she always seems to do. The junior puts that in the back of the net. 10-6 with 15:05 to go. Then on a restart, she shoots, and it trickles in. She scores. Lucy Larkin, another senior, delivering for Freeman. And now the Mavs can taste it. More from the Mavs on offense. Controlling the ball, paramount. But Bridget Wilson sees it open, fires, finds it back in the net. She shoots, she scores. Mavs can taste it now. Doubling up Riverside, 12-6, under 10 to play on a restart. Here comes Riverside, trying to get into the net and get an opportunity shot on goal. Not happening. Great defense again. How about this on a restart? No. Off the penalty. Mavs deny on D again, and that would do it as time expires and Freeman repeats as champs. The Lady Mavs, they get the state championship trophy for the second consecutive year, and look at them celebrate. This one was well earned indeed. Final score, Freeman Mavericks 12, Riverside 8.
I would say that last year we had a big presence that everyone knows, and Carrie Neese, and she's attending Duke, and she's a phenomenal player, and she left such a legacy, and we had great seniors. I think this year, you know, what was happening was just tons of ball movement and just like learning from what Carrie left behind, learning from what Margot left behind, of just like leadership and ball movement, and we just got better each time.
The Lady Mavs lacrosse team weren't the only ones to win back-to-back state titles. Freeman would do the same in girls tennis. The Mavericks' stiffest competition came in the state semifinals when they beat Deep Run 5-3. Freeman followed that up with a 5-2 victory over Maury for their second straight state championship. And the Mavs weren't finished on the courts as the boys' doubles team of Dylan Chow and Daniel Lim won the state title as well. These two just got better and better as the year went on. In the regular season, they were just a pedestrian 5-5, but the duo dialed up their game in the postseason, winning 6 straight matches to win it all. Meanwhile, Deep Run boys tennis captured their second straight state title as well. This was complete domination, as the Wildcats did not lose a single set along the way. Deep Run was not done either in track and field. Both the boys and girls 4x800 teams took home state championships, as did one heck of a thrower in Anaya Harris. Harris won both the discus and shot put to round out some dominant results for the Wildcats. Glen Allen pole vaulting stars Emily Romano and Sam Romano finished first and second respectively in states. The winning jump was 12 feet, 6 inches. And one Highland Springs Springer took home an individual state title in track and field. Jeremy Jones won the championship in the long jump after posting a jump of 23 feet and 8.5 inches, and that was a pretty loaded Springer team. So many champions in the 2021-2022 school year. It's going to be hard for so many to match that in 2022-2023, but I know they'll try for sure, and we'll be covering it along the way. So if you have any questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address at sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us, and you can always follow us on Twitter. I can't wait to see you next time on Sportswire.